Hey guys, and welcome to another episode. On today's show, we're going to be taking a look at an awesome arcade beat-em-up game for the Neo Geo, Mutation Nation, released by SNK exclusively for the Neo Geo. This game is just filled to the brim with style and substance, with a really cool atmosphere. And as far as the story goes, you know what? Who cares? It doesn't matter. This game is just about taking one of two characters, and yes, this is a two-player cooperative game, and beating the ever-loving shit out of pretty much anything that stands in your way. Not just content with beating up street thugs either, Mutation Nation, well, as the title suggests, will have you fighting all sorts of crazy creatures through several stages, including some really wild bosses that are a ton of fun to look at. One of the standout features in Mutation Nation would definitely be the Powerup System, which act kind of like special moves. See, how it works is you can pick up one of 4 letters on the ground that just sit there as items. These can be either A, B, C, or D, and they all have different effects. The way you use them is just by holding down the attack button until the power meter charges up to full, and then releasing it. It's really all about picking your favorite special move and sticking with it for the most part. Some of the different ones can be very useful in certain precarious situations. The controls in this game are pretty simple and work exactly like you would expect them to for a beat-em-up. You've got a punch and a jump button, and those can be weaved into combos. You can juggle enemies, which is pretty cool. And a third attack can be done by hitting both the A and B buttons together, which kind of act like a mini special move. Although, unlike Final Fight and some of the other beat-em-ups out there, it will not drain your health. Part of what makes Mutation Nation stand out so much is definitely the atmosphere, like I had mentioned earlier. The graphics in this game are absolutely awesome. All of the enemies look really, really cool, and the bosses are absolutely wild. The stages and backgrounds in this game are equally awesome. You'll see some really cool ones throughout the game. And the nice thing is, the majority of them are very different, so there's always something new to look at in every level. It's really just all of the attention to detail in Mutation Nation that makes it such an awesome beat-em-up game on the Neo Geo. As a matter of fact, in my opinion, one of the best beat-em-up games I've ever played. There's so much going on here, things coming in and out of the background, enemies exploding into piles of goo. It's just a lot to take in, and it's extremely entertaining. The sound and music in this one is also really excellent. If I had to have one complaint about the game, the only thing I could really say is that some of the sounds sound kind of hollow when you hear them. What I mean by that is when you hit enemies or little voices and things like that you hear in the background, they kind of have a bit of an echo to them, and it is a bit noticeable. It's really kind of a shame to me that Mutation Nation is as overlooked as, well, I think it is, being such a great game. You never really see it on any of those best of SNK lists or on any of those classics collections for some of the other consoles, so I hope in doing this video I can expose even a handful of people to a game that they may not have otherwise heard of. If beat-em-up games are your favorite genre like they are mine, and you've never played Mutation Nation, you owe it to yourself to give it a shot. It's easily one of the best in the entire genre, and as I had said earlier, is just absolutely overflowing with style. It's a terribly fun game, and it's a shame that it's as hard to find as it is. If you can't afford to pick it up on the Neo Geo, I definitely would recommend loading it up on an emulator of your choosing. As always, guys, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching, subscribing, and commenting. And until next time, stay classic.